Alright, so we're back at it in the shop. We got a 1/8 ounce New Age minnow jig head device. I've already went ahead and UV resin the eyes in. Let's get started on this. We're going to go with a classy, kind of, sort of monkey milk, darker blue with some white hackle. We're going to be using a Cascade New Age chenille. We're going to be adding some polar flash, and I think we're even going to try to put in some ostrich herl in this one. I'll show you here in just a second. Once we get this tied up, I'm going to try to add something different to this jig and see how it works out. I might like it, I might not like it. But we're going to find out. We're going to do it here and see what it looks like. But we've coated the shank of our hook with hardest hole head cement. Good, thick, heavy base for our thread to go on. And we're going to stack a piece of white saddle hackle and a piece of blue saddle hackle. Just like so. We stack them up, one right on top of each other. And I'm going to try to keep it to where the white is on the top and bottom of this jig. And remember, you always want your first wraps to be kind of loose, so that way you can see if you need to situate it. I think we got it. So now we are going to stack 2 more. Like so. On this one, I want the blue facing up. That way I've got the white sandwiched between the blues. We'll see how it works. Just like your first wrap, you're going to do it kind of loose. Kind of sporadic looking, I like it. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we are going to be putting blue polar flash in this. And the reason why I went with such dark blue is when I painted that jig head, white. And then I sprinkled on candy blue on top of it, then hardened it back up. And that candy blue come out pretty dark. So I'm hoping our flash is going to be pretty even to that color that we've got on that jig head. Got my hands all tangled up in it. Let's see what we got. So I've actually gotten 2 pieces out of that. I didn't mean to cut 2. I meant to cut 1, but since we've already cut it and got it out, we are going to use them all. We're going to wrap it all down. We're going to cut some of that flash off, and we're going to save it for a different jig. And that's what we got so far with our flash. And for our body, we are going to be using Cascade's New Age chenille, size 2, Winter Run Blue. Almost a perfect match for that jig head. Find the end of it, and we're going to start it right here, right behind the head. We're going to get it tied down, and pull it all the way back up to the head. Then on the back side, where you don't have the chenille laying, that's where we're going to put our glue base. Right on top of that. We'll move our thread out of the way. Let's wrap it down. I'm going to go with a thicker profile body, so we're going to kind of overlap it with each turn, keeping tension on it. like so. Alright, now we got our chenille tied down. I want to play with this ostrich herl and see what we can come up with. When I say ostrich herl, I'm talking about I'm pulling off the individual strands of the ostrich feather. We're going to cut 2 pieces off. So you end up with these 2 small little bitty feathers. I'm going to cut off. I'm going to make that ostrich herl just about the length of the jig. We're going to lay it right there on the neck. Didn't get quite as much in there as what I wanted. Ain't so bad, ain't so bad. I kind of like it. Like I said, I'm cutting that ostrich herl to where it's about the length of the jig. I'm going to lay it right on top of that jig head and get it over this way so you can see it. Right there like that to where that stem almost touches the eye. And we're going to wrap it down. Pull them both back up where they're touching the head, then we're going to wrap it there a couple more times real nice and tight. Fold them back toward the body of your jig. Then we are going to whip finish that. Pull it out, cut that thread off. Then what you end up with is a jig that's got just a little bit more action coming out of the sides when it's sitting there in the water. What you'll have is you'll have that ostrich herl. When that jig's sitting vertical in the water, you have that ostrich herl trying to float up. Just something different, something to give a little more action to it, something to make it a crappie maybe haven't quite seen. That's what we got. Kind of gave it wings, kind of didn't give it wings. Just kind of gave it a little more action, something a little bit different. I watch, a lot of YouTube videos on people tying flies, crappie jigs, and I try to figure out ways, watching some of these guys tie flies to incorporate what they use into my crappie jigs. And I like the way that turned out. I think it's pretty neat. Definitely different. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you think about this ostrich herl. Should I put more in it? Should I not put it in? But I think we're going to experiment with some different colors, and I think it might be something I start adding to them quite a bit. We might make them shorter. We might make them a little bit longer. But I think when it's under the water, I think you're going to get a lot of action out of these ostrich feathers. I think you're going to see them fluctuate, move around, kind of give a little more life to a jig that's just sitting stationary. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. That's all I got, YouTube. Have a good one.